welcome back to my channel. This is Kishaunnajohnson, and I have some really important details to share with you as a couple that is getting ready to march down the aisle. How you doing today? How are you feeling? How prepared mentally do you feel? How prepared do you feel physically in your body? I think between getting engaged and actually planning my wedding, it was a matter of about 3 months. Yes, it was a very short engagement for me. I don't even think it was that long. But I knew what I wanted to do, and first I was very focused. I knew what I wanted. I wanted family members, my father, especially, to be at my wedding, and my father would have missed my wedding if I had kept my wedding date. And so I moved everything forward, forget about all the frills and the fray and the excitement, and got married in the middle of a week just to make sure that my dad got a chance of marching his daughter down the aisle. Now, I'm a daddy's girl. You may not have the privilege of having a father to walk you down the aisle. It is a privilege, and I'm not going to act like it isn't. But you have a father figure in your life. You have someone, a Mordecai spirit somewhere there for you, whether that be a male or a female. You need to get that person to walk you down the aisle, because those moments are very important. Now, I feel like I just went in the spirit, totally went off track from where I needed to go to share that with someone, because I do believe that I sense this in my spirit, okay? That there's some of you who are associating yourselves with your expected, and you're doing so at the expense of leaving behind some very important relationships. Let me tell you something, young man. Let me tell you something, young woman. You are going to need those relationships for marriage. What are you talking about, Kish? I'm not marrying to my family. I'm not marrying to my parents. I am marrying this fine guy right here. Or I am marrying this fine girl right here, and she's all I need. Yeah, until I have been married for 17 years, and this certainly qualifies me to share with you some life experiences. I've had several couples as friends and been in ministry and been in church, and I've seen a lot of things happen in unions. And some of the things that has happened to me and my husband, at least 3 times in our lives, we've had to go back to mom and dad for shelter, for a place to stay while we were transitioning between things. And so it was very important that I still maintained a good relationship with my father and my mother, and sometimes other family members, because you'll need a favor along the way. You'll need a help along the way. So do not disconnect yourself from important past relationships just because you're marrying someone. Listen, these people have been in your life forever, okay? Before you met this person. And chances are they're going to continue to be there. I do not support spouses getting in the midst of family relationships and telling people don't talk to your sisters, don't talk to their brothers, don't talk to moms and dads. No, that's a line you don't cross, because without her mother, you wouldn't have had her. Without her father, you wouldn't have had her. Without that individual who raised her, who had such a large contributing part to play in her life, you wouldn't have this woman, as whole and beautiful that she is, or this gentleman, as whole is beautiful. So you are going to have to learn to put up with some of these relationships that your spouse is coming with, because they have been cultured and shaped by someone. And so sometimes when you look at your spouse and you're dealing with certain things, you need to understand that you're dealing with someone from their past, whether it be a good or a bad person. So spend some time with your expected to find out about these important relationships that has helped to form their lives in the past, whether it be a toxic one, because those scars and hurt and broken heart and pain will also trickle over into your marriage. So it's important to find out who hurt you, boo. Who devastated you the most? Who broke your heart? Because sometimes we're actually still carrying things, that fear of someone or of something that someone did to us. You're going to marry to that. And so sit down and find out from your expected, who is the one that hurt you the most, who is the one that your heart loves the most, or maybe someone that's just of very high intrinsic value to your life. Let me know who that person is. Let's talk about that individual, because that person helped to shape the life of your expected, and the way in which they raised your spouse, your fiance, or your wife to be. Guess what? That same influence is going to be handed down to your offspring. Yes, however they were raised, by whomever they were raised, they're going to take those teachings to teach your sons and your daughters. And you want to deal with that very early on, if that's especially something, a toxic behavior that you don't want to be passed down. God forbid it be some kind of generational curse of addiction of something, and your husband struggled with it, right? And guess what? Now you have a child with the same tendency of that mother or father of the past, to just be addictive to certain things, to just have the proclivity to do certain things. You need to know about these relationships. Do not let anything surprise you in your marriage. And I'm going to cut this off, make this video short, because that's all I'm going to say. And then I'm going to make another video to actually come back to my real purpose of starting off this video today. I don't know why God switched it, but it was very important that this comes out, because I feel like somebody really needs to hear this. Do not break up any great positive relationship with an old pastor, a grandparent, someone who raised you, a mom, a dad, a good relative, someone who was there for you. Do not trade those relationships for your new relationship, for your marriage, because possibly you're going to need those persons again for either a favor or for good grace, or just to bless you with something in your future. Pray about it. Say, God, let me make the right decision. I hope you hear me today. I hope to see you soon.